Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where we are currently working on this area up here, and it's coming along for sure. We're going to need to start working on properly doing things up here. That's not very informative, I know. But we need to think about getting people up there at this point. Now, we've currently got some semblance of power. We've got water, we've got mass transit, we don't have education, we don't have fire, we don't have police, we don't have anything along those lines. So we're definitely going to need to work on that. Let's go ahead and put in a fire station here. And we'll let that activate. There we go. And then we'll put in another one, say, up here. And we'll let that activate as well. Fantastic. We'll put in another one here, and I can already see we're going to need one like there-ish. And then one perhaps up over at this intersection, approximately. And then one down over here. Probably one about here. I'm guessing we'll need one around here. And yeah, I know these aren't going to have power just yet. We'll have one here. One over here. And probably one over here as well. Other than that, how's that looking for coverage? I mean, it's not great up here. And these are not one way, are they? No, they're not. Okay, well, that's just a little bit of lack of coverage there. Less coverage. That's the word I'm looking for. Apparently words are extremely hard right now. And I'm actually just going to put a police station right next to all of these fire stations so that we have basically the same coverage. Yes, they will lack in power for right now, and that is acceptable. That'll get changed soon enough. There's no connection over here. There should definitely be a connection here. There we go. That'll make matters slightly better. Ever so slightly. Not tremendously better, to be sure, but certainly slightly better. So we'll put in a police station here, as well as one over here. Wonderful. And one over here. Excellent. And also one here. And I believe that is all of them. Let's let those activate and take a look at our coverage. Yeah, that looks much better. Did we get one over here? Yes, we did. Okay. A little bit of lack of coverage over here. I'm actually going to put in a police and a fire over here just to make sure that we get coverage in that area. Okay, so there's police and fire. That's great. Now, as far as healthcare goes and as far as garbage goes, we are going to need garbage for sure. I would like to put in a waste processing complex at some point. This location up here is not ideal. It will have to be moved later. We'll build it there temporarily for now. Now, this doesn't pick up its own garbage, of course, so a waste transfer facility would need to be placed somewhere, perhaps like over, I don't know, over here. And it looks like we have solid coverage, but I'm not sure that we actually have solid coverage. As far as education and healthcare goes, we need to figure out where we want our residential areas to be. And I kind of want that to be this quadrant for right now, just because that's the largest quadrant, and we kind of need some residential. So, to that end, let's go ahead and put in, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 elementary schools, and then we'll put in, say, 2 high schools. That should be okay. As far as university goes, I would really prefer if they go to university at the Island City Institute. We'll see how realistic that is. And yeah, we're gonna have power issues, but we need, at this point, more than anything else, a way for people to get here. And I was thinking about how I wanted to do that. I think the answer is by helicopter. So, let's hop into our transit here, and let's get ourselves a helicopter depot. That will provide helicopters for all lines, and that's absolutely wonderful. Let's put the helicopter depot, say, I'd love to have it be somewhere like over here, maybe like here, or perhaps over on this side, actually. We've already got the airport there. I'd love to have it somewhere over here, maybe just here. Now that'll work. Okay, so that'll give us our helicopter depot. And now we need helicopter lines. And we're also going to need stops on the helicopter lines, but yeah, this is helicopter stops here. Okay, so this is not going to count as a helicopter stop. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in a helicopter stop here, kind of next to each entrance to a metro. Like, not every entrance to a metro, but kind of close to metro entrances, and have like one stop per hub for right now. I would love to have a stop over here, and actually I think we can just get away with that. That's wonderful. We'll have another one, say, up over... I'd love to do it over here, but I think that's actually a bad idea. Perhaps here would be okay. And then that's one for both of those, one over here and one over here. We may actually want to also... Actually, we have two over here. Well, actually, no, we don't, because that's the helicopter depot. And then I would like to have one here that connects in with this bus line. I'd like to have one up here for sure. I'm also thinking about maybe having one over here. And I would love to have one right here that didn't really adjust that coastline. Over here, we can put one in there. And then we could also have one, say, over here-ish. Like that. Okay, so as far as the actual helicopter pathways go, we would want to probably use the curve tool and then connect this in to be, I don't know, something like this. Are these going to be always visible? Ooh, out of city limits. Right. I'm definitely interested in seeing if these are always visible. I suspect they won't be. Yeah, they're not. Good. So we can make a bit of a mess here, and it'll be reasonably okay. So we'll connect this one in down over here, probably. And then this one would connect in up over here. These don't really snap in very well, do they? I'm wondering if I was supposed to build those on the lines instead. Maybe. But we'll connect that up over there, and then we'll also have a connection that goes up over here, like that. Yeah, I'm noticing that these are definitely colored differently. And then that's helicopter line there. Wait, this is helicopter pathway. This is helicopter line. Connect helicopter stops to each other with the pathways and use the line tool to create a circular helicopter line. Depots need pathways to access the lines. Okay, so that's not... That's basically what I thought it would be. So we're going to remove these pathways over here because they're not actually connected. We're having a bit of We're having a bit of problems with the pathways actually connecting to the line here. So we need it to come in like this. Cannot build on water? What? I'm sorry, what? This is a helicopter pathway. What do you mean can't build on water? What? Why can't helicopters fly over water? I'm confused. Okay, let's try to connect it in over this way instead. Bring it in over to here. That connects in nicely. Connect this one in something like that. And then maybe we can bring this out over this way. I mean, it'll go there. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to move this a little bit. I mean, that's not the end of the world, right? But it is vaguely annoying. Apparently we can't build on water, so that's good to know. We'll bring that in something like that, and then that'll connect in. Yeah, that works fine at that point. So this section over here will have to get eliminated because it didn't connect correctly. And that is, once again, I suspect, because cannot build on water. Although, nope. It just is working now. So I guess it's just a little bit fiddly, and that's okay. So we'll connect this in over here, and that gets this area reasonably connected via helicopter. We may also want to have a connection, say, up this way. Actually, I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking that I don't want that. This connection, I also kind of don't want. Well, I mean, we might as well, right? I guess it's okay. So, as far as all this over here goes, we're going to need a connection up over this way for sure. Like that. This I will connect in over to this. And then we'll bring that around and connect in like that. Then we will split this off somewhere up over this way. Space is already occupied. That's exciting stuff. We'll do something like that. And then that'll connect in over here. This will connect back down over this way and maybe split off. And come in, I don't know, something kind of like that. And then we can bring this up over here. And then up over... Actually, we're going to have to bring it over like... Ooh, I don't like that angling. Okay. We're going to have to bring it in over more like this. And connect it in somewhere up here. Like that. Okay, so with that done, we can now start to create helicopter lines. And the first line I'm going to do is just going to go around the perimeter of this region. And that will come in like so. And then we'll create another one that goes the opposite direction. And that will come in over here and complete like that. Okay, so that gets this area reasonably done. We can always create a line that comes over here like that. That'll be okay. But the primary purpose of these helicopters isn't really to supplant the metro over here. That's kind of the bus purpose, but we'll see how that ends up getting utilized. That's certainly going to be interesting. But we're going to create a helicopter line over here. Yeah, there's no connection there. That would connect up over here in theory. We'll have that be a line that just connects these two hubs. And then we'll have a line that goes up to here that connects these two hubs. And we'll only connect probably quote-unquote neighboring hubs. So that will be up here and then back down. And then we'll connect this hub up to here like that. And then this hub would connect up here in theory. Like that. So this isn't intended to be a, like, hugely impactful thing to these hubs down over here, right? So that should be definitely interesting. We'll go ahead and get rid of this bit. Wonderful. And we can see those helicopters taking off. I believe there are 2 helicopters in this location. That's awkward. That's a lot of helicopters. Fantastic. That does, of course, mean that in theory, we have access over here now, and we can begin zoning. As I said, this area over here is all intended to be residential. So we'll have that come out something like this in hopes of bringing some power to some of these locations. Excellent. And then we'll just fill in this down here for now. Something like that. And then we might have this inner area be residential as well. I would once again prefer to avoid building that up, but it's probably okay. There's only a couple spots here that would potentially touch something like that one, and we'll just avoid zoning that. It should be fine. So we'll get that started. There is also some demand for commercial, which, hello, an academic year report, okay. Our students have increased, that's good. I'm going to put a commercial zone down over here. We are going to need power to this, of course. And we're just going to run some power temporarily over like so. In fact, that might be good enough. Yeah, that's probably good enough. So we'll let that go, and we should definitely work on a little bit of healthcare over here. I'm going to put in a medical clinic here, as well as a crematorium here, and we'll expand those as necessary. Excellent. So this hub is now officially underway. And that's great. I do think that we should probably connect up these areas to power, at least on a temporary basis. And we'll just bring this down something like that. And then bring that up. Excellent. And then there's this area over here, which I think we'll just run a power line like this on a temporary basis. And then there is this. So we'll just bring this power line down over this way. And as we fill these areas in, we will, of course, eliminate these power lines. They will no longer be necessary at a certain point in time, but that point in time is not now. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll also connect this, say, over to here, and then we'll bring that down. Just making sure we've got power in these areas for now. Let's go ahead and bring... Is this going to be connected? Yes. Okay. Was hoping to get away with a lazy power line there, but no such luck. We'll connect that like so, and then this will connect in over here. Like that. And then there's this section, which will just run a power line down like so. Okay, so it's definitely not the best situation, but we will continue to improve that slowly over time. We do require additional commercial space, it looks like, and I'm going to go ahead and zone another section right here. We don't have any demand right now for industrial or for commercial, or rather, residential. And that's okay. I mean, we do have a fair amount of industrial stuff over here that is lacking in workers. One thing we could do is begin work on phasing out this section of offices. We can always build more offices in our new hub, but if we phase this out for residential, then the idea here is that these people will come work over here. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see how accurate that is, but that's what we've got for now. So let's take a look at how these helicopters are doing. I want to check over somewhere where it's likely to be a little busier, like this helicopter depot. That's a fire helicopter depot. Like this helicopter stop. That is some exceedingly high demand. Okay, so we're going to need additional helicopters. Let's go ahead and go into this here, and we're going to need to crank these up. This is going to be kind of tedious to do, for sure. But we're definitely going to work on that. We want to more than double our number of helicopters. Apparently the helicopters are very, very popular indeed. And so we will definitely work on bringing this up. Can we just do this overall? Like, I am definitely going to crank that up. There's no doubt about that one. Okay, let's continue to work on bringing up these helicopter lines. I think we already did line 1. Yes, we did. So line 6, and we will bring that up to 500%. Line 2, 500%. Line 8, 500%, and finally, line 3, 500%. Okay, so that'll bump us up to 5 vehicles. We're probably going to need additional stops, is what this is telling me. We'll see if this cleans up at all with having more than double the amounts of helicopters, but I doubt it. Like, how many people can each helicopter even move? It's probably not that many. So we may well have to see where are these guys going. I'm not sure where exactly they're all going. Passenger service last week, 40. Yeah, this isn't the highest throughput. That's for sure. One thing we could do is put in a single metro station over here to hopefully alleviate some of that pressure. I don't want to put in a full metro station over this way, but we can simply run a metro line to connect in, say, over here. Now we're going to have to go underneath some of this water. We can go in over this way. And we're probably going to have to go a little deeper than this. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're going to bring this in. Is that snapped in? Yes. Okay. So we may have to go underground here. Slope too steep. How are we going to connect this? We have to go underneath this train line. Ooh, there's a spot out over here where we can build this, apparently. That slope too steep. Here. So we take that underneath. Excellent. And then we bend it in something like this. Not enough money. I didn't expect to get that, but I wasn't paying attention, so... Okay. There we go. Ooh, I just thought of something. I suspect in 20 seconds that fancy subscribe animation that you saw at the beginning is going to pop up again, because I just realized that my mute button is the same as my switch scene button. I'm going to actually find out if that's going to happen. It was already active, so maybe not. I guess we'll see what OBS does. I'm not seeing it, though. Okay. Sounds good to me. We're going to go ahead and build this. I'm going to have to change that hotkey after this episode for sure. I just added that, and I don't want to tell you how long it took to make that. I really, really don't. Okay, so we're going to bring this back. Oh, this is awkward. This is really awkward. I should have connected this in on the other side. In fact, I'm going to refund all of this. And we're going to bring this over again. Okay. So we're going to bring this in something like that. And then connect it in over here. That will make a lot more sense. And the reason we took the sharp corner up here, I'm hoping that that actually works. But the reason that we took the sharp corner up there is because we had to get underground further before we could get into the water, because there's a pretty good cliff there. So that's definitely very good to know. Just need a little bit more cash here. And then we'll be able to connect this in. There we go. And then as far as bringing it back out over this way, we will have to take that underground another few steps. And take it in up over this way. Like here. I'm going to take it up to speed 3 just because we are waiting on cash, which I definitely wasn't expecting. And we're just going to bring this on up. It's been a long time since we've had to wait on cash, but I did just go on a huge, huge building spree. So there is that. This is quite expensive, but of course we're not surprised by this, in all honesty. One of these days we'll have the cash, but it is not this day. Fantastic. These airplanes are... At speed 3, it looks like they're being really reckless, but they actually aren't. We're going to bring them in up over this way now, and yeah, that's just another 57k. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's check in on the helicopter situation over here. It is not alleviating. Where are you guys going? I have no idea. It doesn't actually seem to indicate where they're trying to go. But there's a big, big helicopter queue. I'm wondering... Are they still utilizing the metro? It looks like it. Yeah, they definitely are. And then going right across the street and into the helicopter. Perfect. We definitely may need to increase our helicopter capacity. I'm not sure if they're Oh, I wanted to check. There's a helicopter here right now. 20 passengers. That is more than I expected in a helicopter, to be sure. But that's still not great. So I'm wondering if they're trying to come up here. And I'm kind of hoping that they are, actually. So we're just going to do that. And hope that that pulls some people out of here. We are seeing a few people leave, but they probably just got off of a helicopter. So that's something that is definitely something we need to keep an eye on. We are falling behind on this, that is for sure. But this is, I think, a job for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.